console release for Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O has been announced. Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O is a remaster of Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. It will be releasing on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S on the 30th of October 2025, with a Nintendo Switch 2 version following after. Gamers who already own the game on Steam will be able to upgrade it for free after its release, because after the console release there will be crossplay. Which Virtua Fighter game do you like the most? Lucy has been announced for Guilty Gear Strive. Lucy was one of the main characters from the Netflix show Cyberpunk Edgerunners, so it's interesting to see her collaboration in Guilty Gear Strive. She will be available from the 21st of August 2025. Which character do you like the most in Guilty Gear Strive? Genshin Impact is being removed from the PlayStation 4. The game is set to be delisted from the PlayStation 4 store on the 10th of September 2025, but for any current owners of the game, you'll still be able to make in-game purchases until February 2026, but official support for the game will end completely on the PlayStation 4 on the 8th of April 2026. You will be able to carry your account on if you log in from the PlayStation 5 instead. Which character do you like the most in Genshin Impact? The teaser trailer was released for Woochi the Wayfarer. It is described as a fantasy action-adventure game which is set in the Joseon era of Korea. When there's more details about the game, I'll be sure to mention it on the gaming news. Are you interested in a game like Woochi the Wayfarer? Details about Resident Evil Requiem is set to be released during Gamescom 2025. It has also been said that Gamescom 2025 will have more than 1,500 exhibitors for the first time. Apparently, Resident Evil Requiem started as an online game, but Capcom quickly realized that gamers didn't want that, so they changed it to be the next entry in the series. Resident Evil Requiem will be releasing on the 27th of February 2026. When more details get released about the game, I'll be sure to share it on the gaming news. Which Resident Evil game do you like the most? Apparently the leadership of BioShock 4 are being replaced. A few days ago, according to a Bloomberg article, 2K were challenging the studio that are making BioShock 4 because they're not happy with the story of the game. They said that they would work closely with the leadership team, but apparently that wasn't successful. BioShock 4 is not to be confused with Judas, which is being created by the original creator of BioShock, who's now working for a different studio. When we know the release date of BioShock 4, I'll be sure to mention on the gaming news. Which BioShock game do you like the most? Nintendo have announced how many hardware and software units they've sold to date. It includes all hardware and software across all territories since the original Famicom or Nintendo Entertainment System in 1983. So far, Nintendo have sold 860 million hardware units and 5.9 billion software units. Which Nintendo hardware do you like the most? The director of the upcoming Resident Evil Remake movie has given details about the story. While the movie will be as faithful to the games and the universe of Resident Evil as possible, it will not include any of the characters that you know, such as Leon Kennedy or Jill Valentine, and instead will have a unique story with brand new characters, but still be set in the same world. When we know the release date of the Resident Evil Remake movie, I'll be sure to mention on the gaming news. Do you like the Resident Evil movies? Celebrate the 25th anniversary of Dynasty Warriors. Koei Tecmo have made two surprising announcements about the series. First, there'll be a major DLC for Dynasty Warriors Origins, which will introduce 1 vs 1000 modes, as well as many more features. And also one of the classic Dynasty Warriors games is getting a remaster, but they haven't revealed which one. When we have more information about Dynasty Warriors, I'll be sure to mention on the gaming news. Which Dynasty Warriors game do you like the most? There's been an update about the Sony vs Tencent lawsuit. Sony filed a lawsuit against Tencent because the upcoming game Light of Moritrim looks very similar to PlayStation's Horizon series. Apparently Tencent have been changing the Steam page to remove assets from it, and Sony have alleged in their court filings that Tencent approached them during the 2024 Game Developer Conference and asked permission to be able to make their own Horizon game. However, at the time Sony said no, and it seems like Tencent did it anyway. If there's more updates about the lawsuit, I'll be sure to mention on the gaming news. Do you think anything good will come out of this lawsuit?